Hello, welcome back to Initiative
Hi.
Impossible.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
We're excited to once again be continuing on our travel through the realm of Barovia for the Curse of Strahd. Joined again by our amazing players, we have Jayla, RJ, Josh, and Rude. All right, point of inspiration. If someone can tell me, one, what happened last time, two, currently, what exactly are you guys looking for within the lands of Barovia, as told by Madam Eva?
Another death house?
I almost died.
No. Okay, that's something.
Is that half an inspiration point?
No.
Oh,
A quarter?
take it away.
Inspire
Rude.
you. I inspire you to try harder.
Oh,
I mean, I've got notes, so
Take it away, Rude.
okay.
it's pretty
Well, we
inspiration.
fought the vampire son of the priest in whose church we were in because he wanted to put him down, and yeah, so we killed him. He was upset about it, understandably. Then a fog rolled in, and spirits started marching outside. At which point, Frankie was missing. Then the Durst children arrived asking for help, those creepy kids who were strange and mysterious, but they say Frankie went to their house to defeat a monster that was attacking it, so... Oh yeah, and then the priest noted that, well, hang on, Rose and Thorn Durst, those kids died years ago, so that was creepy. But yeah, we still went to the house to find Frankie. I found a top hat. Also, we fought a black suit of armor. And, oh yeah, Mordecai set the house on fire.
Burning down. Oh, yeah. Certainly did.
Then we found the ghosts of Rose and Thorn, who turns out were dead, and whatever we met outside the house wasn't actually them. So we went into the family crypts and put their bodies to rest so they could be at peace. We found
Very
a Grick.
skillfully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, whatever
Very
else you
skillfully.
heard, it was done very, very skillfully by all of us as a team.
That's right.
That is true. So true.
Yes. We found a Grick, but we decided to leave it alone. Then we found several ghouls, and we decided to fight them. So we killed them. Then we found a room full of odd relics, including a frog on a stick, which I licked like a lollipop. Then we found a prison chamber full of skeletal prisoners who were long dead. Then we found a secret door linked to a large room with a cave and, oh yeah, a really fun sacrificial altar. And we found Frankie there, strapped to the altar, along with several black-robed specters who basically wanted us to sacrifice one of us. And then we wound up fighting a shambling mold, killed it, pissed off the specters, and the house basically started to implode on us. So we ran to hell for our lives, just barely managed to survive, and the house, yeah, imploded. And then we went back to the church to bury the mayor, or the burgomeister.
Yes, the Burgomeister. Good job.
Yep.
Yay. Okay, well, that's one part of it. So, does anyone remember about the relics and things that you're supposed to find within Barovia currently to help defeat Strahd, or at least be able to remove yourselves from the area of Barovia?
Hold on, let me check the footage.
Shoot. Yeah, I don't remember.
Man, you guys are gonna have problems then, because some of that information that was given from that note you guys received was very important.
I feel like I was supposed to look for 2 ravens. That's all I got.
Close. Close.
I mean, I've got some notes here, but even I'm not too sure on them. I think, let's see, Maryland was supposed to find a nest of ravens or something like that. Mordecai was supposed to look for a garden of snow with a scarecrow. I think I was supposed to look for a castle in the ruins of supplication. Let's see. Dildred was supposed to seek the brother of Strahd's bride, which technically we did. Yeah.
You currently have one piece of the 5.
And Frankie was supposed to find the Brother of Light in the tomb of Strahd's Keeper, something like that. Yeah, I'm not. I
Yeah,
didn't get the
sure.
full stories on those, but something like that. Yeah, I should rewatch that episode and get the full details. Or you can rewatch that episode.
That is true. Well, you actually currently have 2 pieces of what you currently need, even if you don't realize it. But for that, Rude, you did pretty well kind of describing it. So I will give you the inspiration point for today.
Yay! I think
I
I
think-
already had one from last time, but
I think he deserves
yay!
2.
Well,
This-
you know what? Since you have one and you can't put on your sheet, I will let you choose who to give it to then.
Well, okay, who doesn't have inspiration? Just so that's out of the way.
Raise your hand.
Oh,
Just Josh.
okay, Mordecai, you get inspiration.
Yay! Maybe I
Okay.
can shoot something.
Now,
Probably not.
get back to our story. You guys recently have woken up within the church, taking a full rest after the events of what had happened within the death house. In the morning, you wake up to find that the pastor is out there, Donovich, and he is currently laying rest along with the brother and sister of the Burgermeister. So, once you guys wake up fully, you guys all have full HP by the way, right? Everyone's reset their stats. We're good?
Yep, looks
Good.
like.
Okay. Excellent. All right. With that, you find your ways into the halls as the family comes out from after the burial to greet you. Good morning. And with that, Donovich again comes to you and it's like, okay, so I understand you are trying to get the girl somewhere safe. The brother wants her to be somewhere where she can be protected. I can suggest a couple of places possibly that you may take her. I would say the Abbey of Saint Markovia in Kresk would be the best place. It's a holy place, a safe place. The eyes of Strahd do not go there. Or, if you feel that is too far, for that is all the way across Borovia, there is also the fortified town of Valaki. Out of those 2 choices, I would say, though, the Abbey of Saint Markovia would be the safest place. And the brother also agrees, saying, yes, I've heard of this place. It is a safe place, as far as I know.
What's wrong with Wallachia versus Markovia?
I mean, no, anything by it, my friend. It is just that, as a holy man and a man who believes in spiritual things, such, I feel that place has more protection against an evil one such as Strahd compared to the fortified village outside of God's protection.
God is nothing, I say in Abyssal.
Your friend scares me. He kind of is taken back by what you just said right there, and it's like grabs a little bit of his cross on his chest. Kind of worried about that.
I try to persuade him. Say, oh, it's nothing to worry about. He just meant he's grateful for the information.
Roll persuasion.
13.
He's a little skeptical about it, but he nods like, okay. I would just remind your friend that this is a holy place, and please do not say such horrible words in front of me.
Say what?
Okay.
He's got a few bolts loose.
Oh, say no more. I
I
understand.
do?
So anyway, where do you
Oh.
think we should go, guys? Wallachia or Markovia?
I personally think Markovia, the Abbey.
Well, yeah, I mean, he says it's a safe place, so that sounds pretty safe, yeah.
I guess.
All right. So we'll try Markovia.
Brings me such joy. You will be traveling with light. Also, on top of that, to keep you guys from the prying eyes of the evil one Strahd, I shall gift you a wagon and horse, so that you may hide Irina within it, and so that his eyes may not see you as you travel. For the enemy is everywhere, my friends, and you do not want to catch his gaze again.
Oh, wow. Thank you, sir. That's really nice of you.
Yes. It's the least I can do for what you've done for me and my son. I am forever in your debt. I do wish you the best of luck on your travels. And as he does so, he does a quick little prayer with his hands and a couple of Hail Marys, basically, and then turns back around and attends to his work.
Are you reciprocating that, Zildred? Yeah.
I try to copy his hand movements.
All right, roll for performance.
All right. That's a stat I'm good at, I'm sure. 10.
A little awkward at first because you're not used to the way that he his prayers. It's a little different than yours, but you kind of get the gist of it and you're able to do it for the most part.
It's
It's a little awkward because it's like being in a different country, like you're trying to learn the customs. Like, okay, this is how you do your prayers, all right.
You know, we may not follow the same God, but we still follow the light.
That's right. That is, yeah.
Sign language with a weird dialect.
Yeah. But yes, you do your prayers and so forth, and he bids you farewell and turns to do his work, and you guys out of the church. You notice that Frankie has not quite recovered. Oddly enough, she's still she seems sick for some reason. Maybe being down there in the basement of that house has kind of ailed her in a sense. With that, as you go to the room where Frankie's still resting, the Donovich reaches out, turning back around and says, "With your friend, there may be some sickness from the house. I will stay with her and watch her recover. If something she does, I will send her towards the abbey. So do not worry. I will make sure to send her with another horse I have to reach you when you arrive."
I'm going to roll a quick insight on Donovan just to be sure if that sounds accurate. Oh,
Oh, yeah.
nat 20. Okay.
Oh yeah, he means every word he says. He's very much indebted to you guys. There's no altercation. He's not trying to trick you or anything. He just wants to look out for people, and that's just how he is. He's a man of faith. So he just wants to make sure that she's taken care of at this time of sickness. So
My gut tells me we can trust him.
Agreed.
We thank you, Father, for your patronage. Frankie's been sick a lot lately.
it's okay. It's this land as well. It is for people new to this area. It can have an effect on those not prepared, unfortunately. But rest not. I will make sure that she does come to you when she has recovered. And with that, Irina and her brother make their way to the cart. The brother takes up the reins and sits in the front, and he motions for the rest of you to get into the cart.
Find a cozy spot, like immediately next to Irina.
Okay.
I go to
Alright.
check out the horse real quick, try to pet it a little. I'll roll for animal handling. Ooh,
Yes,
16.
please do. A little wary at first, not really quite sure what to make of you. Definitely a new creature to the horse, but feeling that you are a kind-mannered jumble, it allows you to pet it and neighs a little bit, and
Oh,
the
you're a
horse has
good
definitely
horsey.
seen better days. It's kind of ragged for the most part. Not much nourishment around this area, as you can tell. It's kind of a very desolate land and hard to get supplies for a horse, but it'll do the job. It'll definitely get you to where you need to be.
Wherever Marilyn's sitting, I try to sit as close as possible to her, and I have Battle Cat sit on the other side of her.
Okay.
I scoot closer to the cat.
You do so. Just sliding your ball just a quick whoop away from Mordecai as you do so, and just more towards Battle Cat.
Battle Cat seems happy.
Okay. As you guys sit, Can't remember his name. I should remember it by now. Arena, and then
Ismark.
Bismarck.
Ismark.
Ismark, thank you. Yes, I have it right here. Ismark Blosser. Got ya. Ismark turns back and is, do any of you have any places you may need to go before we leave this town? I will say that the journey is kind of a long one, even by horse. It will take us at least a day to reach our destination. So if there's a stop or anything nearby in the town that you need to do so, please let me know as we make our way out.
We're kind of unfamiliar with the area, so I can't think of a place.
Anybody need to upgrade anything or anything?
Weapon
I,
shop or something?
I think
Weren't they kind of happy to, chase us the fuck out of town earlier? You sure we want to go back?
No. I mean, that was Strahd's men for the most part. Some of the Vicenti, I will say, are not always what they appear. So some are very great people. Others are, how you say, they are traitors to their own kind and serve Strahd. So it is best to be wary of the Vicenti in a sense until you understand who is who. But most of the people here, they just like to keep to themselves. But if you are looking for anything such as armor or such, there is a blacksmith on the edge of town we can visit if that is something you would like to do before we leave.
is there a place possibly to purchase potions of healing?
I'm not sure we can find someone as such. But I do actually happen to have a couple of vials myself, if you'd like. I like to carry them on me in case, so if it pleases you, my friend, you may have a couple of my potions of healing. And as he does so, he kind of reaches underneath his cloak and pulls out a couple of flasks of healing.
How much does he want for them?
Free. After what you have done for me and my sister, I charge nothing.
Perfect.
What else you got under there?
Yeah.
Free. I like that price.
How many potions was it?
2.
2.
And it's just standard healing, not greater healing or anything of that nature. Just standard.
2d4.
Yep. Clothes, a little bit of coin, and sword. I don't quite understand why you're asking me this.
Never mind.
Okay. With that, he gets ready to take off the wagon since no one says they want to go anywhere else. So,
I already said I want to go to a blacksmith, but
when was that?
before RJ got his potions.
Okay, I apologize. I heard someone else mention that anything to upgrade. So, but all right. Yes, we will stop at the blacksmith forge on the way out, and he does so and starts to move. As you move through the town, I want you guys to roll perception, please.
Perception.
16.
Perception.
22.
Ooh.
I rolled a 1.
Ooh.
Okay, Marilyn, you're more distracted with Battle Cat
Oh,
and
goody.
was trying to figure out what he has underneath his robe for some weird reason. You're just like curious. So you're not really paying attention to those around you. The rest of you are looking out the back of the wagon as you guys start to move. You notice a wrinkly lady in a cloak, wheeling a cart with some type of unknown, except for Jumble. You're pretty sure they're pastries, but she's wheeling this cart around town, and she is knocking on doors and just like, pies for sale, pies. Who would like a dream pie? Who would like a taste of my pastries? And no one seems to be answering for the most part. They're kind of ignoring her. But while the rest of you kind of see this, and it's like, after a while, like whatever. Jumble, you notice that there's one house as you guys kind of get out of sight where the door does open and she's arguing with the people currently at that door. And not only that, but she's looks like she's demanding something, and a child comes out of that door, and she grabs that child very quickly and sticks him in a sack and then puts him onto the cart and then continues to move.
Hey, that's not right. What the heck? Some old
Rest-
lady just took a kid.
What?
The rest of us don't notice, correct? It's just Jumbo.
Just Jumbo. You saw that she was selling pies, and after a while, like, okay, just some old ladies selling pies. But Jumbo, with that perception, you were able to tell right away, like, hey, she just stopped at that last house and just grabbed the child.
That ain't gonna fly, you old bitch. I get out a javelin and I basically just try to spear her from here.
The last time we tried to save kids, I almost died. This did not end well.
16
right.
to hit the old lady.
Oh no.
16 to hit the old lady. All right, let
An old
me.
lady who's kidnapping a child.
Okay, thank you for being more reasonable with that. Let me get out her thing. You said 16, right?
Yep.
Do. No, you miss. Barely though.
Wow.
Your javelin goes right by her head as she's like kind of humming a little bit, trying to go, and starts to sing over the crying child, strapped in the cart, moving his arms and flailing around, trying to somewhat break free. And she kind of freaks at this, seeing this javelin whizzing by her head, and turns back to see you guys in the cart. And afterwards, she starts moving a lot faster. Instead of trying to stop at the doors now, she's kind of booking it down the road. And from where you guys are location in town, she is heading east down the road.
She can't
Oh,
be moving that quick carrying a cart.
I'm
Surprisingly for someone you think is old, she's kind of nimble, oddly enough.
Spry old
Yeah.
lady.
She's a spry lady, surprising. Yeah.
well,
tell-
I was running as soon as I threw that spear or javelin, so I'm at least not wasting time here.
Okay. Well, yeah. Then you're out of the car now and you're moving. The car's come to a halt, realizing a little bit of weight has been lifted. Irina and them are kind of looking on, like, what's this going on? Why is he doing this?
Because apparently we're going to save every kid we run across.
Oh
We didn't
no!
learn from last time.
It is the hag, isn't it?
Hag.
Yes, the night hag. She likes to. She, as payment, these pies, they fill the people with hope, and some that do not pay her, they have to pay her with children, unfortunately, who partake in these pies. So it is a common thing that happens in this town. This is one of her many stops, and she actually has a mill in which she takes the children to. We have no idea what happens to them there. We think they may be labor. Perception again.
Well, yeah, since I'm running to hear what he's saying, but I rolled a nat 1, so I guess I didn't
you're
hear that
moving
story.
so quick. Like you're not. Whatever's going on in the back of that cart is no longer
No,
a concern of yours. You're
laser
concerned on
focused
catching
on this old lady.
Yes, this hag that you don't even know is a night hag yet. Currently is that's your one goal, is to catch this old lady stealing this child. With that, she tries to duck out of the. I mean, you're catching up on her regardless, because I mean she's still a hag regardless, so she's not moving she's moving quicker than she was, but she's not moving at lightning speed. So
Okay.
she tries to duck down an alley to the north, right before the mansion of the Burgermeister. So she cuts left quickly.
Is she within 90 feet of me?
Oh yeah, she is.
Okay, then I'm gonna cast Hunter's Mark on her, so she can't get away.
All right.
There's the slots. Yep. Okay, yep, I have advantage on wisdom perception or wisdom survival checks to track. Yep.
Well, it doesn't seem to matter, because when she ducked down that alleyway, she didn't realize that it's actually cut off by a fence. It's more like a large wooden fence along the area. So now she's currently trapped back. With no other actions, she gets ready to retaliate and fight. So with that, I need you to roll initiative. Those in combat. If you guys are not following, you do not have to.
Okay, 15.
Can we
Are we
still
gonna
see
follow?
Jumbo from where we're at, or did he just kind of go around the corner?
You could see him until he went into the alleyway, and then you couldn't see him no more. So, unless you guys hopped out slightly after the explanation, you shouldn't be in combat unless you plan on running after him. In which case, you may take a minute to get there.
Yeah, once I heard Evil Hag, I well, maybe we should go help Jumble out. This doesn't sound very good.
I tell
Regardless of-
Irina that we'll continue our conversation later.
Yeah.
My lady.
Okay. Irina stays in the wagon due to her brother's pleading because he doesn't want Strahd to catch eyes on her. So they're trying to keep her as covered as possible for the moment.
She's going to be helpful.
Mm-hmm. With that, anyone else going after Jumble then? Is it strictly just Zildred and Mordecai? Are you staying, Marilyn?
I'll go.
Oh, look at that. Your heart's growing 3 sizes.
No,
Careful,
if
that's
they
a
die,
bad-
I have to go with them alone.
Okay, so what do you roll besides Jumble then?
I've not rolled.
Yeah, roll.
11.
Crap.
21.
21.
Yeah.
All right, and no Frank. All right, you guys are going to have to wait until the next turn when you catch up to him. But for now, Jumble, you may go first.
Okay. Well, I have a hand axe out, and I'm just gonna intimidate what I still think is just an old lady kidnapping kids into releasing the kid. Oh, well, I'm gonna use my inspiration on that because that was in that one. All right, unnatural 20. I'll go with that.
You
right.
naturally do so
Hand
to try
over
and
the kid,
intimidate
you old
her.
bat.
You old bat. Give me that kid.
This actually does terrify her, and she's like, "Fine, fine, here, take the child." And she does release the kid, crying and blubbering as he runs away, hopping off her cart. Family still owes me, and I do plan on collecting at some point. If they cannot pay with coin, they will pay with the boy.
Kind of miserable old bitch tries to steal children for gold.
If only you knew the value of that child. Sometimes you would say maybe worth more than gold.
Children are always worth more than gold.
I happen to agree. Now, I have done what you've asked. Now, you should let me through.
Mayhap I don't like to let an old lady who's kidnapping kids go.
Mayhap then I shall take from you what I would have taken from him. And she actually readies for her attack at this point. So, do you have another action you can do now that you've done your action?
Well, intimidate is basically my action, so better double check.
You could still attack, right?
Can I?
How many actions do you have currently?
One. Or hang on, actually, right, I had the dread ambusher thing, so. Oh, okay, no, it's only if I take the attack action. So, yep, that's my only action, I guess, to intimidate her. Okay. Kid got
Well,
away, so.
Yeah, he ran past you and he's balling as he runs past you, but you guys see him moving out, so you're aware that the kid is now free. But
Kid, get
now,
home.
with this, the Night Hag quite infuriated with what you've just done, so she is going to try and claw you as she shakes off her robe to reveal this ghoulish, purplish looking shape and terrifying looking in a sense of just nastiness for what you thought was an old lady. More than she seems.
Well, I knew you were a nasty old bitch, but damn.
You can see how nasty I really am as she launches forward with her claws, trying to reach into your skin, and does so for a total of 15 damage.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yikes.
she's a
This is
mean
gonna
old
hurt.
lady.
Yes, she is.
I'm gonna call her Yzma.
That could very well be her name.
So she's scary beyond reason.
Yes, she actually is very scary.
I hope that's her turn.
Yes, that is her turn. And we go to the top of the order, in which case shall be Marilyn first.
Oh goody.
You
So
guys
I
arrive as you turn the corner, seeing the claws deep into Jumble's chest as she pulls back, seeing the blood of Jumble released into the air from her claws. Now she is kind of laughing hysterical, thinking she currently has the advantage.
ew. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna try and cast Eldritch Blast on her
Okay.
because she's ugly.
I'm also going to give you guys a
I got a
picture
whole
just so you guys
7.
can see. 7. Okay. No.
Yeah, I didn't think
No
so.
dice. A for effort, though.
I tried. Just gonna stand at the edge of the alleyway.
And there's your image.
Oh yeah, she's pretty.
Isn't she beautiful?
Give me a hug.
All right, so that was your time being.
Yep, right at the edge of the alleyway. Chilling.
Oof. All right, well, with that, we will go to Zildred. It's your turn.
All right. How far away from her am I?
Oh, you guys are about 15 feet. Currently, Jumble is in the way, but it's about a 15-foot alleyway, so there's room to get around if need be. Her back is typically against the fence, with her cart in front of that fence at the moment.
Yeah. I will. I'll draw a Lightbringer, but I will not activate the light. And I'll come chopping by and attempt to help Jumble. Well, let's see. Actually, you know what? I'll run up to be 5 feet, kind of behind and diagonal to Jumble. And I'm going to cast. Let's see. I will cast Bless. Which I bless up to 3 creatures, my choice. I'll choose Jumble, Mordecai, and Marilyn. And whenever they make an attack roll or a saving throw before the spell ends, they can add an additional D4 to that roll, and the effect lasts for 1 minute.
Okay, which is
I'll
pretty
try.
much your turn.
I'll try to like angle myself so that way she can't like whiz past me to get back towards everybody else behind me. We're in an
Gotcha.
alleyway, right?
Yes.
All right, so I try to take up as much space as possible so they can't wiggle between me and Jumble.
Okay, you guys kind of form another wall in front of her in a sense, so that way she doesn't see a way to escape.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, is that your turn?
That is indeed my turn.
Okay, with that, we go to Jumble.
Oh, okay, Mordecai's after me.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I get out my second hand axe and I'm just gonna go swinging at her with the first one, 19 to hit.
That's a hit.
And because I have Hunter's Mark, that's an additional D6. So 8 plus 5, 13 slashing damage. And then bonus action with my second hand axe to hit. Oh, 22 to hit.
That's a hit.
Okay. And the other D6. And it's 9 slashing damage.
Okay.
Roll 1, 2.
With that, you come across both those hand axes right across your chest, making an X shape as they continue to cut through the flesh, crossing paths. You see bits of her putrid blood come from her nasty flesh as she reels back in pain and screams, unaware that you held such might, but still stands her ground. With that, Mordecai, it is your turn.
How far away am I from Jumble?
I would say you and Marilyn currently are about 15 feet away from Jumble as well as the Night Hag. They're-
Okay.
Jumble and Zildred are currently 5 foot from her. She's in the center, and they're kind of got her blocked in a sense, so she can't escape.
Okay. Seeing they kind of have it handled, I'm gonna see the extent of Jumble's wounds, and I remembered what Marilyn said about the Death House last time, about not using my spells properly. So I'm gonna run up to Jumble and touch him on the back and cast Cure Wounds. First level spell.
Okay.
And what's that? You said we get a D4 added on top of our rolls, or
A saving throw or an attack roll.
okay? So that's
Does Cure Wounds even need a roll? Or is it just for the amount healed?
just for the
Yeah,
amount
just-
healed. It's a
Just
touch
for the
spell.
amount
okay.
held.
Yeah. So you get four
Okay.
health.
Okay. You run up quickly and lay your hands upon Jumble's back, and in doing so, you feel some magical essence pass through you, Jumble, as your wound starts to slightly heal from the claw marks, becoming less bloodied and seemingly begin to seal up in your chest.
Thanks, dear pal.
No problem, buddy. Got your back.
The Night Hog mocks you. Aw, so sweet to have such good friends. If only you would meet my friends. But you know what? I'm a little troubled by your magic caster in the back. I think I shall put you to sleep. And as she does so, she points at Marilyn and casts a spell at you.
Where's Battle
Rude.
Cat and all
I
this?
didn't even hit.
A better
Does
cut's been with
spellcasting
Marilyn.
provoke
My-
attacks of opportunity?
Nope. So long as she is still within range, she has not moved. So with that, I'm going to need you to roll a saving throw of charisma 14.
Okay. 16.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. You're able to shake it off, actually, surprisingly enough. She casts a spell at you, but it's not the first time you've had something like that done. So you're like, nope, I'm not gonna let that happen. And you're able to wave it off. And she's getting really flustered because seeing a magic caster of your skill, she is not excited at all for that. With that,
Sure.
Marilyn, it is your turn.
Ooh. Well, now I'm just angry. But I want to try Eldritch Blast again. He upsets me.
Okay,
22.
that's definitely a hit.
See? She made me mad.
Yeah, there you go. That's what it takes. A little rage.
And I got 9 damage.
Oh yeah, you cast right back at her with that kind of attitude, and you actually put a hole right by her shoulder. Skin and flesh and blood just go flying back across the wall, some of it getting on her pies, and she winces in pain, not realizing just how strong you are. And now she's getting a little bit worried.
I was
Zildred,
gonna
it's your
leave you
turn.
alone.
All right, I will step up next to Jumble. I will direct both of my Lightbringer attacks at the hag.
Okay,
First swing, the 23.
that's a hit.
Is she undead?
No, he is not.
All right, and then I will use. Let's do. No, I'm not going to smite. I'll just use regular damage. 10 damage.
Okay,
My first swing. Swing again. 26.
that is definitely a hit.
For 11 damage.
Total of 21. Okay, yeah, you do some major damage with those, and she is not happy at all as you come across with those blades. All right, wait, no, you're using the mace, right? Are
Nope.
you're not using the sword? I thought you were using the mace for a second.
Yeah, I'm using the.
Okay.
I just
He
didn't,
doesn't have it
I didn't
lit up.
activate the. Yeah, I didn't activate the light.
Okay, yeah, you thumped her pretty hard too with that. And yeah, she is not excited about that. After doing so, she's like, wait, please, no, don't kill me, please. And she kind of gets on her knees and like trying to beg from her. She's like, I was cornered, please. I'll give you any info you may want. I can help you, please, no.
And I will.
I'll roll insight on that. Is she being honest here?
Yep.
11. Okay, I won't be able to tell much, but
Yeah,
Up to
you're on the fence about it. You kind of think that someone to drop like that, being so strong. Zildred with the insight, you know, you have you're still wary. Like I mean, she's evil. She just everything that looks about her looks disgusting. You can't trust it. But Jumbo, you're on the fence because you're like, maybe she's sincere. Marilyn, you're the same way. I mean, this heck tried putting you to sleep. You're not having it.
I'm gonna try to like go around the backside of her. You know, keep myself ready in case she attempts to, you know, do any bad deeds. And I will take out
Okay.
my manacles, and I will handcuff her.
Oh, nice.
All right. Well, roll strength for that.
Old hag.
All right, roll strength for that first, and then secondly, Mordecai, I saw you roll a 20 on insight. Yeah, you're definitely aware that she's terrified right now. Like she is not a fighter for the most part. Like she's meant to sell her pies. She's not trying to really combat anyone. She's well aware of how weak she can be, so she's not looking for a scrap.
She used to fighting children.
Yeah, so she didn't want no part in that, to be honest. And you realize that, Mordecai. Again, Jumbo, you're on the fence. Marilyn, Zildred, you're not buying.
Still think she deserves the manacles. Put her in shackles, Zildred.
Mm-hmm. You're under arrest.
No.
You boys are kinky.
If only you knew.
All right, I'm your prisoner now. What do you want? Just please don't hurt me.
Where are you taking these children? Vile hag.
I take them to my sisters. There we use them to make our pies.
Wait.
use them how?
Yeah, use them. They make the pies, or use them put into the pies?
Hang on a second.
It's an important distinction here, you hag.
We use them for the pies.
Meaning?
And she rolls 24 on deception.
I'm gonna attempt a nat 20 insight.
If you think you can.
Nope. Close, but no cigar.
Oh.
No. You totally believe that she really is just using these children for slave labor. Nothing. You could never see that someone would actually use a child for a source of food. So
Maybe we should check the pies on the cart.
It checks.
Is there any fingernails or hair in the pies?
Welcome to look. Roll investigation.
I'm gonna look.
Yep. I investigate one of the pies. Oh, unnatural 20.
Yeah,
I'm gonna keep an eye on her. I'm not gonna look. I'm just gonna keep an eye on the hag.
Fair.
Giving her the
Ooh, 21.
sus eyes.
Okay. You guys pick up the pie. Zelda's kind of keeping an eye on her to do anything shady. As you pick them up, you notice that you don't really see any skin or anything, but they look different. They're weird. Like you've never seen pies like this before. Like they seem to be they almost look like a starry sky in a sense. They sparkle and glimmer inside these like pastries, and you've never seen pies like these. They look radiant, like almost like some type of dark ooze inside with stars in a sense, almost inside the pies.
What's in these pies? Why are they sparkly?
Oh, those pies are special. They're the pies of dreams. They allow anyone who eats them to feel hope and love and warmth. It is an aphrodisiac of sorts that many do not know, but we make them to give people in this desolate town some type of hope to hold on to. It's a dream and a bite.
Jumble,
Which-
don't eat it.
I stomped my foot 3 times and muttered "Grunge."
What speak was that, by the way?
Orcish.
Okay. Nope. Not a language she knows.
It's an orcish thing to ward off bad magic.
Yeah, I believe that.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, yeah,
So
from
these
what you
pies-
guys can
these
see.
pies these pies make you happy. Is that what you're saying?
Oh, yes.
Hmm.
They-
Well, you
they
look
can do
mighty
so.
down right now, my lady. Would you care for a bite?
I was just gonna say the same thing.
I'm actually quite content, to be honest. I mean, it is an unfortunate situation I'm in, but it's not something I'd want to eat.
I interrupt
no,
her
thank
sentence
you.
by slamming a pie into her face. It is not something.
Okay, I need you to roll a strength check on that.
Shit, I should have.
He's
Jumbo.
shackled. He should be able to do it.
Oh yeah, I mean, I still want you to do it just in case you fumble it, but roll with advantage too.
Yeah, I'm a professional pie thrower. 19, and with advantage. Less.
Oh
So
yeah.
19. My pie
As close as you are, you slam this pie down her throat with her trying to say no before she gets another word out. It's just instantly down. She's choking and gagging, and then next thing you know, she just completely goes starry-eyed, just falls back, shackles and all lays in her back, and just she's mouth out, just completely in a daze right now.
I don't think we're going to get any more info from her.
Oh, damn. That's some good shit right there.
I could take her to the Irina and Ismark, have them keep it up. Oh shit! Damn it! I shouldn't have done that. I slap her. Where's your sisters?
Oh, she's out.
Damn.
She's having a good time right now. Her
Oh,
eyes
she-
actually,
she-
they've become almost black again. Like the inside of the pie is filled with stars in a sense. They look gleaming and radiant if you're looking up at a galaxy of stars.
She
I mean-
she wouldn't happen to be a sleep talker, was she?
She's not even saying words right now. Her mouth's just gaping open.
The priest
Bits
is
of
kind
pie
of a
that
buzzkill.
didn't quite make it in, just falling off.
Okay, well, she was heading this direction, so maybe we should go that way. Continue down this alleyway.
Maybe we should talk to Ismark. He might know.
That's true.
Because it seems like
All right.
everybody in town knows.
I pick her up to take her with us. Do I have
Okay.
to roll athletics for it, or
Yeah. See if you can hold her up.
26?
Oh yeah, no problem. You whip her right over your back like it's nobody's business and just walk on down the street.
Oh, she's flying.
Whee!
All right, so we'll return to Ismark and Myrina.
Yeah, let's see what
Yep.
they know.
You show up again, hopping in the back of the cart. As they were sitting there, kind of talking amongst each other. Like Irina was getting ready to go into the fight, and again, her brother's trying to talk her down. Like, please don't, not right now. Like, just we'll see what happens. And then as you guys make your way in with this hag, they kind of like gasp back, like, why would you bring this thing into the cart? What happened? Why? What's with her eyes?
Well,
Oh.
saw this old bitch trying to steal a kid from a family. I don't take kindly to that.
Hmm.
One thing led to another, and it turns out she and her sisters make dream pies for people.
Oh, the pastries, yes. No, it's a terrible thing. So it's something you do not want to eat. Tell me, none of you tried it, did you?
Well,
She-
we kind of forced one on
Yeah.
her.
She did. She tried them.
She's high on her own supply.
I'm glad none of you tried it. That makes my heart happy. Those pies are dangerous. Those that have tried them, unfortunately, their minds go blank and filled with bliss for a short time. But once they recover, they only want more to get themselves out of the situation of Barovia. It is dangerous and definitely not something I was just doing. In doing so, many people have gone in debt to these hags and such forth. And with that, they must give their children. And as I have said before, it is not a pleasant thing. So, perchance, what are your plans with this hag then? We must travel to the abbey. I do not know what we can do with her. What is the situation?
Well, we need to um, either A, wake her up, or somehow glean information from her, or do you perhaps know the pastry headquarters?
Oh,
Wouldn't
I
feel right to
I
leave this on.
I do know of the location. Ismar kind of like ugh, like he didn't. It's not something he was looking forward to having to go. He was hoping to make it, but he does say like, if you do, we have been indebted to you, so I cannot say that we cannot travel. We definitely can. It is actually along the way to the abbey, so it is the place is called the Bone Grinder. It is where we know the hag's location for making these pies. Again, the sisters, as they call themselves, they're not something we've tried to trifle with before, and with so many looking upon them for hope and buying of their pastries, it's not something we could outright try to stop. In a sense, they come and go as they will, and we do not always know of where they are coming from, as they like to change their location from which direction they come into town. But I do know the whereabouts of this look where they do live. I it is along the path. I can take you if you like.
So there's a lot of clues here that would tell me immediately not to eat these pies, like
Yeah.
hags stealing children, making them in the bone grinder, reselling the pies that knock people out, and these guys that live in the town of goofballs.
Yes, when you live in, I cannot fault them so much because when you live in such a desolate land where you are under the control of such a powerful evil one as Strahd, you tend to look for whatever hope you can get. These hags were only taking advantage of the people. It is a
That's
sad, sad sight, but to just want to escape from this reality is not something I can say I have not thought of myself, but I am
that is true.
stronger willed than others.
Many
I
a
did not.
man look for happiness at the bottom of a bottle.
Hmm.
Ain't gonna do them any good.
I am one to
Pies
agree,
made by
friend.
hags seems like a far stretch worse.
Mm. It is nothing more than a momentary bliss, unfortunately. And if we are to get rid of the source, I'm sure the village would be grateful over. As much as it pains me, I will help you on this quest. I do
All
want to
right.
get to my sister to safety, but if this is something you do feel passionate about, we will not stop. We will aid you, my friends.
All right. Mayhap we stop by the blacksmith first like we planned, get kitted up, and then we deal with some hags. As you
Yes,
said, it was
yes.
on the way.
Yes, yes, of course, of course, of course.
It might give us
Um,
enough time to have this hag awaken from her slumber. We can question her some more.
Indeed. Well then, let us be on our way then. Again, this time he snaps the ropes again on the horse. The horse begins to move with the wagon. Along as you make you guys reach the outskirts of town, he stops it once again and allows you to get off at the blacksmith shop. It's not really much of a shop, you would say. It's a small little location with nothing more than simple trinkets, it seems like. But a forge is there, and the blacksmith is just teeting away, making within his shop currently.
All right. Are there like you said trinkets, so there's wares to browse at least?
Yes, it's simple stuff, nothing of like too much. You wouldn't say anything particularly noteworthy besides basic daggers, swords. Uh, I would say leather armor, things of that nature. Nothing beyond common items.
Well, I'll investigate and see if I can find some particularly nice daggers. Oh wow, a nat 20 on that. I get random
Um,
nat 20s.
yeah, you notice there are quite a few decent daggers. Again, nothing spectacular, but in terms of daggers, they definitely can stab and kill a man.
Do they look elegant
No,
or uh
they look
no.
like standard daggers wrapped with a little bit of leather around the hilt of it to kind of give you some grip. Nothing extravagant. This blacksmith looks poor, to be honest, in this village. You can definitely tell there hasn't been much need for his service at all, so he's kind of selling whatever he has around.
I just kind of scoff and turn away from the daggers.
Try to figure out a way to upgrade my gun. Not exactly
Okay.
sure how to go about that.
So are you asking in a sense of like what do you need to do to upgrade your gun? Or
Yeah.
are you
Yeah, in a sense. What would be
Well,
the prereqs, I guess?
well, it should typically be if you have the materials and the skill to do so, you should be able to add it should tell you for I'm trying to think what the exact name of it is, but there should be something telling you you're able to add abilities or things like that to an item to increase its attack or some skill on the item.
Like making it like a masterwork item almost.
In a sense,
Yeah.
but like he's able to like add specific abilities or things like that of an item to another item or imbue it with some type of magic.
Oh, as an artificer.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
The tools are there for the most part. It's just going about and figuring out what you want to add.
Okay. Maybe we could do this afterwards.
If you like. For now then, I guess I will say whatever you're trying to do, you're able to do so. Just when you have time, Josh, afterwards, I would look into what you did. So but for now, I'll just say that whatever you're trying to do, I'll allow you one thing to do to one of your weapons to modify it for now.
That works.
So one thing, and that's it. Just because right now we're kind of on the fence, and I don't want you to be like, well, I'm just gonna like, load this thing ready to rock and roll. Because I mean, I also have to take up the time because like you doing this is going to take a couple hours.
Right.
It's not going to be as simple, just one hit and it's magically as powerful weapon. You're imbuing stuff, your different things, potions, whatever you're trying to do to craft this one skill onto it. So I will say it is successful in doing so, but it does eat up a little bit of time. Irene and them get kind of restless because they don't want to be on the road after dark. So they kind of like, if you're set, let's go. So with that, anything else you guys like to do in town before you head out?
Hey, Rude, bring your mic down. Can't hear you, bud.
Okay, that's why no one was paying attention. My mistake.
They're just trying to play a mime.
No, idea for, yeah, we can cover this later because it'll take some time, but maybe if he tries to like construct a different type of pistol, I mean, I'm taking a quick look through the equipment list on D&D Beyond, and they at least have some options like pistol, automatic pistol, revolver, so depending on that, we could maybe work out a price for like this much metal to make a revolver or something, or
Yeah.
if he wants to go that route. But yeah, we can.
At a later time off the stream, if you want to talk about it, we can figure it out, Josh.
Yep.
We'll just say whatever you're trying to do is successful for the most part. It's just because I know, like with Artificer, you're able to imbue items with a skill or a magic property, and that's like one of your skills as an Artificer. But going about it, typically you need a specific material, or you need to be able to imbue that skill, and that's usually like the only skill you can put on an item until you get later levels, and then you can imbue more skills and magic effects. You can actually fuse items together as well. So
researching diligently and trying to figure it out.
Yes, but I mean, you were able to do something. We just don't know what yet, and we'll do that off screen when we sit down and can walk through it.
Yeah, could say you've got a prototype in the works right now.
Yes, you're able to start this prototype. It's not quite finished, but you're able to kind of get done what you wanted to. It's still a work in progress. That being said, though, what item would you want to do that on?
Well, my pistol, of course.
Okay, well, your pistol's out of commission for now, then.
That's fine.
So you're aware. All right.
You have to use your backup pistol.
My hands.
Finger guns. Pew pew. Does that work? Did they hurt from the finger gun?
Did I do it?
I do it.
Roll for confidence. Anyway.
Okay. Anyway, you guys keep going along the road now. As you head your way out, you start heading west because the Abbey is northwest and is quite a distance. By horse even. Again, it's a day's travel. You're about midday right now after the events of what had happened, plus stopping and working on your current project for Mordecai. So, as you continue to move, you come
Has the
across.
hag woken up yet? Yep. Sorry, Pat.
Nope, she's
But-
still in a daze right now.
No.
She's smiling and there's still like bits of pie and stuff kind of coming out of her mouth because she didn't eat all of it, so it's just kind of like just dripping out still on her body and stuff. So it's a nasty, weird sight to see. All
Even
right.
nastier than she already is.
Yes, agreed. And again, by the way, Irina has also taken a bit of rope and she's tied the witch's hands to the wagon. So even in case she tries to run, like she's not going nowhere. Like she's got her like tight to the bench. So she tries to stand up, she's gonna be in for a rude wait. Okay. As you guys make your way, you go back to the spot where you had seen the Visante before. You're back at that location because in a sense you're kind of backtracking, heading back towards the Abbey this way. But in doing so, you're going to come across the river. And last time you actually kind of swam across to see the Visante. This time you're actually going across the bridge. And in doing so, I need you guys to roll perception. Please.
22.
9.
Wow.
3.
I'm enthralled in deep conversation with Irina.
Yeah, you guys are having a great she's doing a couple of chuckles at some of your stories from your land, things of that nature. You guys are having a good conversation back and forth. Marilyn, you're kind of disgusted by watching at this nasty hag drooling all over the place and beside yourself. Mordecai, you're still working on your project. You're kind of tinkering a little bit, like how does this work? And okay, if I add this, like what's this gonna do? And Jumbo, though, you're very perceptive as you kind of look out behind Ismark, and you see on this bridge there happens to be guards, and they don't look like average guards. They look, in a sense, like you would say a darker color than most people in this area, and they are very dark colored normally due to the lack of sunlight. You hear halt. As two of the guards step forward in front of the horse and put their hand out. Ismark motions for everyone. Shh, please. If you guys have anything to put over yourselves, do so now. Cloths or whatever you can.
Okay, I'll
Roll to
roll
stealth.
for stealth to try to hide.
What do we even
Okay.
have in the cart, by the way, to do so? Is there anything in there?
Oh yeah, there's old blankets and stuff all over the
Okay.
place.
Yeah, I grabbed an
Oh
old
yeah,
blanket.
yeah.
Grab one
same.
for Battle Cat as well.
Roll for disguise if you can, please.
Okay.
So
What
stealth.
is disguise or stealth?
Stealth or disguise, one or two. If you have disguise as a skill,
I
I
don't.
do not.
Okay.
Nope.
I have a 14, but I rolled an additional d6 with my knowledge from a past life, so that's an 18 on stealth.
okay.
I got a 9.
Yeah, I know.
I also got a 9.
How about a 10?
We're all too distracted to
Mordecai,
hide.
you're
The biggest
only,
guy can hide.
Yeah, Mordecai, you're the only one to, besides Jumble, to kind of figure out, hey, blanket goes over me, and to like hide my face. The rest kind of just put it over their shoulders, face still being revealed, thinking that hopefully this guy is not gonna look. Irina, she's able to disguise herself, and she also put something over the hag and kind of kicks her down a bit to like make it seem like she's a rug or something on the bench. With that, Ismark is already robed, ready for this, and yes, hi. How may I help you? What is the problem? You hear the guards. We're currently looking for someone. Someone very important. Vandaloft. Blonde hair.
Can they see in
Elvish
there
in a
right now?
sense. What?
Can they see
No.
in there right now? I'm gonna
Not
try
at
to
the moment.
stealth Marilyn.
Okay.
Throw a blanket over with the 10.
Okay, yeah, you do so very like suddenly. It does make some noise. So they hear a little bit of shuffling, but as Ismark is talking, like it's like, no, I have not seen such a thing. We are actually on our way right now to head towards the castle. We are to pay our respects to the great Strahd. We are just humble passengers. They still look inside, still not convinced. Like, I'm not sure. We know they were in town recently, and we've created checkpoints along the road. May we look inside the wagon to see if they are indeed not in there?
I whispered Irene on. Let me hide under there. I'm in there with you. Because clearly my head is sticking up above this blanket because I'm an idiot.
Roll persuasion, please.
Oh.
Yeah, she's like, yes, hurry. And so now they're really suspicious because this wagon is moving in the back as everything is movement from blankets being thrown over each other and stuff like that. And they're like, all right, that is almost enough. I would like you and your party to get out of the wagon now.
Is Battle Cat hidden?
I rolled
It
twice.
could just be
Yeah,
it could
I
just be
rolled
his
higher.
pet wandering around in the back.
Would you roll for Battle Cat again, Josh?
I think it was like a 14 or a 16, something like that.
Oh yeah, Battle Cat's good. Like he's wrapped around Mordecai's feet almost like a rug in a sense. Like he almost looks like he's some type of foot warmer in a sense.
We could try to convince these guards that movement is just his pet. And his pet is Battle Cat.
So,
Better yet, when they open the back to look, just have Battle Cat sit there.
it's just, yeah.
Are you guys talking in the back right now, trying to say these things? By the way,
I
should
gotta
say.
play-
I am
Okay,
very
let's discuss
quiet.
this while the guards are here.
I'll just continue hiding with Irina.
I'm gonna try and roll right now for that so I can see. Oh no! Oh yeah, they're hearing whispering and something's going on. Yeah, they're like, that's enough. I will either get out now or we will force you out.
You're the
And-
spirits of Barovia.
Did you actually say that?
Okay,
Yeah.
suddenly I leap up out of the wagon and I basically try to smash the two guards together.
There we go. Surprise. Surprise, motherfucker.
What do I roll?
Before you do so, Ismark sees you move and he snaps the reins really hard and just starts barreling through them.
Hell yeah, Ismark. Run our asses over.
He looks back at Jumbo's like, "Are you crazy? Do you know what those are?"
No, that's why I want to meet them.
No, you do not want to meet them. Are you crazy? They are the guards of Strahd himself. They are the undead vampires. If you thought dealing with one in a basement unfed was hard, try dealing with those that are not famished.
Actually, the one in the basement was fine. Wasn't that bad. Just saying.
Oh,
I want you
Well, it
guys to
still would've
roll
been-
initiative.
oh, wow.
High speed chase.
Sorry.
Yes.
11.
7.
25.
I also rolled a 7.
All
Oh,
right.
Gentlemen can go first, honestly. It's fine. I just want to hide under my blanket.
Did Zildur's ears hear the word undead?
Yes.
Oh,
Oh
Lord.
boy.
They're vampires.
Trigger word.
Yep.
And Jumbo,
Trigger,
you're
fucking
first.
trigger.
Now you're now in a speeding wagon heading northwest over the bridge now. You've made it, and it is moving. But these vampires, they're vampires, so they're moving quick. They are running almost alongside the wagon now, and they're trying to get in this wagon.
Okay, well, I'll enter my barbarian rage. And so they're alongside the wagon as we're traveling.
There's currently 2 in the back of the wagon, and there's 2 more trying to catch up to the front of it. So think of it to the back of the wagon. 2 are trying to grab on the edge so they can get into the back because they see you now, and then the other 2 are trying to go on both sides to get around to the front to take care of Ismark to stop it.
Like a pincer attack, basically. Yep.
Yes.
All right. Well, I get out my hand axes and all right, so we get to say hello after all. And I go for one of the ones in the back, 19 to hit.
That's a hit.
Okay. That's 12 slashing damage. Let's see, +2, so 14 slashing damage. For the first hit. Oh, hang on, and there's Dread Ambusher, so I actually get to add more. What was that? Oh, an extra D8. Huh. Cool. So 14 plus 7, so 21 slashing damage for that hit.
All right.
Are they trying to climb in the wagon right now, or are they just like they're slashing
trying.
as they're running by?
They're trying to grab at the back of it currently, but in doing so, after that slash that Jumbo just made with those hand axes, you actually cut across the eyes of the vampire, and he drops and begins to roll back as he tries to like grab onto his eyes and just fumbles from the attack.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Well, oh, yes, you didn't see me.
Their eyes, it's their weak point.
Then 14 to hit the other one.
No.
Okay.
Aware of what happened to his companion, he's able to slightly move his head out of the way with his oddly very unnatural speed. Just kind of whoop, twists his head and continues on.
Okay, well,
gaining closer.
Bonus action to try to hit him. 23 to hit.
Okay.
Yep,
You do so.
See, that's 10 plus 2, so 12 slashing damage.
Okay. You do the same thing you did last time. Well, that worked so great. Let's try it again. And once again, this time you cut across the nose, the bridge by the eyes. He again reaches up for his sight because he can't see, and he fumbles and slams upon the ground, beginning to roll.
Good to see you. Have a nice fall.
With that, the other 2 vampires now are gaining, and they begin to move next to the wagon. And they're going to try to hop on to the wagon and deal with Ismark. I recognize that smell. It's Ismark. I thought we dealt with your father. If you're close by, so must be your sister. And they're going to try to grab onto the wagon. Oh, and fail. He actually tries to reach out to grab onto Ismark to pull himself up and misses, falling back a bit and trying to catch up in pace. The one next to him.
I'm sorry. Am I within 5 feet of these vamps?
Yeah, you actually are.
Okay.
In terms of the wagon, it's no more than about 10 foot. So you guys are both kind of in a 2 square space besides the extra 5 foot in the front for Ismark to drive. And I would say it's 5. So
Okay. Did he make an attack against Ismark?
no.
Okay. Then never mind.
He was just trying to grapple onto the vehicle and using Ismark kind of to pull himself up.
All right. Never mind.
The one next to him tries and fails even worse. He tries to grab on the other side of the open area of the wagon and fails to do so, falling back a bit. So now he's not quite alongside Ismark and almost alongside the opposite next to Marilyn, Mordecai, and Battlecat on the right side of the wagon. So he's in the tented area. You can kind of see his shadow. He's trying to run up to try and catch up to the front of Ismark. And with that, Mordecai, it's your turn.
Okay, so where exactly are these vampires currently? You said they're together, kind of?
Well, there's one on the left side near Ismark who's currently driving the wagon. And he's trying to pull himself onto that wagon. He failed. but he's still next to him. The other one was on the right side trying to hop in under the cart next to Ismark on the bench, but unfortunately missed even worse, and he's fallen behind a little bit. So he's technically right next to you guys, outside of the cloth of the wagon.
Oh. So he's like within 5 feet of us, you'd say.
Oh yeah, he's
Oh,
almost
okay.
he's right next to you. You can basically hear his breath as he's trying to book it to keep up with the horse.
All right, I pull out my staff of defense since I don't have my gun on me, and fearing to use the firebolt, I decide to go melee with this one.
Sure, do you want to use a catapult
I
spell?
try to
He's
poke at
learning.
him. 21 to hit
That's a hit.
with 8 damage, bludgeoning.
Okay, yeah, you lift a little bit of the tarp up on top of the wagon, and you just poke him right in the face with it.
Yeah.
And in doing so, again, as you've seen work with Jumbo so well, you stab him right in the face. He reaches for his face and fumbles, and you see him roll almost unnaturally, as you can kind of hear bones crack as he snaps and rolls along the ground like a tire, basically.
And the other one, how far away is he from me now?
I would say maybe a total of not even 10 feet. He's about 5 foot.
Hmm. Can I kind of side shift over and try to poke him?
You can try, but I'm going to want you to roll acrobatics,
Okay.
because you're going to have to try and get around Ismark without poking him.
Or a guy falls out of the wagon.
Inspiration!
Good call.
I'm not inspired! A 9?
I have to roll for Ismark now.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
If you crash this thing, I swear.
Into the
Um,
lake. Oh no.
Ismark is able to hold on, barely, but he grips onto the reins a bit as you almost shove him off, and he's just like, "What the hell are you doing?
I'm
Why?"
sorry. I have 2 left feet.
With that, Marilyn, it's your turn.
Did someone chop one off and put it on the wrong way?
Marilyn's not doing anything. She doesn't want this to crash. She's gonna sit there with a little blanket over her head and pray they don't know she's in the cart.
Okay, you do so without doing any type of movement. You're just hands clasped, just like, please don't stop, please don't stop. As the cart continues to barrel down the road. With that, Zildred, it's your turn.
Alright, I am going to.
And in terms, you understand the area. He is a little bit about 5 foot in front of you on the back side. So if they're on the right side, Mordecai and Mary, and back at you, Jumble, and Irina, and this. Well, actually, Jumble's in the center now because he stood up. But now it's you, Irina, and the hag, who's currently on the bench behind you guys, flat with a blanket over her. But Irina's in front of you, so basically, her brother is after her. And so it's Ismark in the front, then Irina, then you in the center on the bench. You, Irina, are both sitting on, and then the hag after you.
Okay.
And the vampires on the opposite side of the wagon, still kind of by Ismark, trying to grapple him to pull himself up.
Marilyn's just whispering, "Throw a pie at them."
Those would have been good to take with us. Yeah.
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 That'd
I was
been
gonna say none of you grab pies, to be honest.
I will cast Bless. That will be on Irina, Mordecai, and Jumble. And then I'll try to shift over towards the front to help out Ismark. In case any vamps jumped up there to attack him.
Roll athletics to climb under the bench that Ismark's on.
Fuck. Oh, it's one of my better ones. I just leap right through and
Oh yeah,
land gingerly.
it's smooth. Like you meant to do that. Like the leg's going over the side, just right on the bench, right next to him, ready to go.
See if Irina's impressed. Real quick.
Try to give a smile as your teeth glint in the sunlight.
Yep. And I give her a finger gun.
Less impressed.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, she actually is a little bit impressed at your movement and how sturdy you seem to be and nimble as well. So yeah, she's a little bit odd at how fast you move. Plus the fact that you just blessed her. So I mean, that is a little
Receive
bit of
my
help.
blessing.
I'll be your wingman, Zildred. Got you.
Okay, with that, it goes back to the top of the turn order as Ismark is keeping the wagon steady with the horse, so he's not trying to at the moment. Jumble, it's your turn.
Okay, so the 3 vamps are basically now kind of behind us and more or
Oh
less
yeah.
not getting up anytime soon.
I mean, if they were even try, they're so far behind now, they're not going to catch up at the moment.
All right, so mostly just the one up front with Ismark. That's the troublemaker.
Mm-hmm.
Hi there.
Vampire turns to look at you and kind of a weird, like, what is this thing?
Can I act you something? I know I should have better material than that. But luckily I have metal axes. That's good material right there.
So you look very
So,
puzzled and confused.
well, 11 to hit him, so I take that's a no.
Nope. You
Okay.
you reach out to try and slash him with the hand axe, but due to the weird type of movements around Ismark as well to try and cut at him, it's a little awkward for you, so you miss.
13 to hit.
Nope.
Ah, man.
Even with that bit of bless, it's not enough. This is the unnatural speed of this vampire is able to predict your movements and move out of the way. Keeps running.
Ooh, you know how to tango.
Yes, I dance very well, if you must know.
Well, that's all I got.
Ta-da!
Okay, with that, he once again will now try to reach out and grab at Ismark. Only this time now he's going to decide to try and stab him with his sword before
And so now,
climbing up.
with that attack, I can, as an attack of opportunity, use my Sentinel attack. So if one of my allies is attacked within 5 feet, I can use my reaction to make a melee attack against that creature.
Okay.
I'm going to attempt to bash this vamp. Does a 16 hit?
On the money.
All right. So I will expend a spell slot to add smite damage to this attack. So that will add 2d8. Plus an additional 1d8 radiant damage. Plus an additional 1d8 if it's undead. So roll this. Plus 2, 3, so 48.
Oh,
Well,
Ding, 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 ding. All right, so a total of 27, I think. There's a dice in my way. 27 damage to the
Plus-
vampire's forehead.
Yeah, and with the sunlight hypersensitivity, that's also 28 radiant damage as well. So it should be a total of 47.
yeah.
But you touch
Well.
my future brother-in-law.
Oh yeah, you crack him right in the head, and this drops him. I mean, it doesn't outright kill him, but it just like Ismark looks at you puzzled, by the way.
Here to protect you.
But yeah, you just crack him right down into the skull, like a caveman smash, almost in a sense, but enough to like you hear a bit of bone crack the vampire's skull as he again just drops to the ground, and like his previous vampire brethren, begins to roll like a tire unnaturally along the side of the road. He afterwards stumbles to the ground and falls, giving you
Satisfying.
enough time to make your escape. With that, though, you weren't able to get a good look at a lot of the countryside in which you're moving, and you may have moved by some stuff. The total time estimated, it was about 20 to 25 minutes of travel. So, that being said, let's see where you guys currently are now. Then I'll have to look to see the area which you guys travel.
And where I have that map of Barovia pulled up. About where is the Abbey?
Oh, the Abbey. If you have the
Mhm.
map, it is all the way on the opposite side near the Salt Woods.
The Svalich Woods?
Yep, the
Ah,
top part. Past the lake Baratok.
Oh, is it up on that like hill up there?
Mm,
Or is it on the road?
it's by the Raven River.
Okay.
So it is way, way
Yeah,
west.
way over there.
Yes. You guys just got over the bridge. You've made your way past most of the forest there. And the location you guys are at now is actually by the trying to find it. Hang on a second. Moved quite a bit during that chase.
There's a considerable amount of time that's going to take place between here and there, correct?
Yes, there is actually, especially on horse. I actually have a map specifically with the amount of time it takes to travel between locations via horse.
And see that map that we got has got a bunch of like times on the written on this road here. I'm just not sure
Mm-hmm.
where the focal point is. Is it from the middle that it takes? That's a little confusing to read.
I'm pretty sure it's based off of locations from number or the letters. So from the current location from the D to the F would be an hour. So recently you guys are coming upon the F location. So
Okay, so we're
as
down
you
there. Let's see.
yes, after you gain it, you gave a little more time. You're now slowing down a bit, realizing that the vampires have kind of lost you for the most part. You've definitely left them a bit in the dust. You don't seem to see anything else around the area for the most part. That seems that they would be trailing you. But if you would like, please roll perception just to be safe.
okay.
Not bad. We're more aware this time.
Yeah.
Same.
Oh, are you out from under the blanket finally?
Yes, I creeped out from under.
She was just about to make her move.
So yeah, most of you notice that a lot of the wood areas seems to open up a little bit, but coming in front of you, as I take it you're still in the front now, right? Zildred?
Yep. Chilling with Ismark.
All right. Yeah, you and Ismark begin to slow the cart down as you come to a seemingly seem to be a fort. Now, the old wooden gallows creaks in and chill wind that blows down from the high ground to the west. Frayed length of rope dancing from its beams. The well-worn road splits here, and a signpost opposite the gallows points off in three directions. Barovia village to the east, which you had just come from. The Tesser pool to the northwest. And Ravenloft Valaki to the southwest. The northwest fork slants down and disappears into the trees, while the southwest fork clings to an upward slope. Across from the gallows, a low wall, crumbling in places, partially encloses a small plot of graves shrouded in fog.
All right, so you said this is an old fort with a gallows?
Yes.
Okay.
And for those who did proceed quite well, Marilyn and Jumble, you notice there are some people hanging from those gallows still.
Oh, oh, that's just wrong, man. There's
What's
people
even
hanging there.
what's even more wrong about those gallows is they look oddly familiar in a sense. You could almost say they are dressed in the exact same garb as the party itself.
Wait, what? Why are they dressed like us?
I don't know. That's weird.
That's really freaking me out.
Are they like humans or are they made out of like sticks and like voodoo dolls?
Oh no, they're the people of this land.
They're people dressed like us.
Yep.
Even Battle Cat?
Not Battle Cat.
He's not a people.
Ismark, Jumble, Zildred, Marilyn, and Mordecai are all strung up along those gallows. Only one missing is Irina. And some of them are just young children, some are elderly, whoever they basically could find to fill those spots. And the dress is abnormal. I mean, they've even gone so far as to put little things on their ears for the elves, staples in the faces of those to look like Jumble,
Wow.
bit of paint on the face as well.
Are these like most wanted posters?
Yeah, Ismark's taken back by this. He's really scared now at this point. He's a monster. Why would he do this so far as to just take these innocent people and string them up and dress them like us in such a peculiar manner? This is ungodly and sick.
We need to take this man down.
Most definitely. His crimes are too heinous to be ignored.
Great fashion sense, though.
Undeniable.
For the way
Yeah.
he dressed them, for the way he dresses.
Or the way he dressed them.
Hmm. Yes.
Hmm.
Anyways, he gets the horse to move again once more. As you do so, along the river again, you now notice another encampment, and this time almost seems very similar to the one that you had first reached when you had come to this land.
What, it's deserted?
No, there's life.
Oh.
At this point in time, it's beginning about midday, almost evening. The sun, if there was a sun, though it is foggy and daft, as you are well aware in this area. But you definitely can tell that there's definitely inhabited. You can see a fire lit. There's wagons kind of around the fire itself. And there seems to be tents put up. And again, you recognize these tents because these are the same type of tents that you had stayed in when you had first come to Barovia against your own will.
Hey, is that those Vishanti people?
Oh, good.
Good
Those
question.
do look similar.
Maybe this time we could write down that information.
See if we can get a second pass on what we're supposed to be doing here. Maybe that
Well,
old crone.
well,
the old crone
perception to
here.
try and look a little better if it's the Vishanti people.
Okay. Yeah, you do so, but you forget that you're in the back of a wagon and actually pop your head to the top. So it's kind of like a Dino moment from the Flintstones.
Okay, that's what I was thinking of.
Yeah, and you just completely rip the top
Whoop.
open as you look up.
Nope.
And they kind of
Sorry.
notice this, and they are Basanti, but they don't seem to be the same type of Basanti that you had saw before. But they seem just as friendly as you had seen last time. They're drinking and dancing and singing and having a good time around the fire, cooking different various types of meats and foods, as they prepare to have this feast with a little bit of music and drinking.
There's no children pies here, right?
Do you want to roll perception for that or
Yeah,
investigation?
I do. Investigation. 19.
As far as you can tell, among the food, the pies are not part of it.
Okay.
Uh-oh. One of our members just lost their audio. Bum, bum, bum.
Who did?
Huh?
It's in the chat.
So you can't hear us at
RJ.
all right now, RJ?
Hello.
Hello?
We heard you.
Aw.
Hmm.
Well, perfect time for me to take my dog potty. She's driving me nuts.
Technical difficulties. Do.
I see head shaking. Old school style, back in the days of Macintosh and such, when we'd have epic adventures.
Hello,
Hmm.
RJ.
Yeah, Brian's trying to type him up something. So
Okay, well, then no, we'll hit our intermission for a minute while everybody gets situated, and we'll meet you.
yeah,
Five
good
or so.
idea.
Yes.
So stay tuned.
Well, okay.
Oh.
Before you do that, so everyone's take a quick little break. We'll be right back. We'll talk more about the Basanti, so on and so forth, as I said previously. So we'll be right back in a few.
Okay.
Okay.
We're
Yeah,
back.
we're back.
Hi.
After dealing with technical issues, we're back on the trail. Last we checked, Jumbo's head had poked out the top of the wagon, like Dino from Flintstones, and is currently staring at the Vasanti, who are having a good time around the bonfire. Mordecai was also checking outside the wagon, peeking his head out to see if there had any dream pie board, and we have established that no, there are no other dream pastries within this camp.
Good. And the hag's still asleep?
Yep.
Wow.
She's well.
Oh,
I mean,
hi.
you shoved the whole pie in her mouth, so
Good
I'll
point.
say they're effective,
yes.
is what you're saying.
Well, I mean, when you eat one special brownie, like a bite of it, you feel pretty good. You eat the whole brownie, you feel real good. So
She's feeling
And-
real good.
yeah, you basically try to shove that entire pie down her throat. So
She's gonna be out for a while.
yeah,
Okay.
she's gonna be feeling pretty good for a bit. But with that, currently wagon's kind of stopped, looking out at the fire. Ishmark is kind of like, oh, this is a Vicente. They may have some cover for us for the night, though. If we do not want to stay, that is fine. We can continue on the road and find shelter somewhere else. But I'm Vicente for the most part, and be either good or bad. It's up to you. But I do know that me and my sister would like to rest at some point soon. Especially after that chase, I may want to check over the wagon as well as the horse. It is an old horse from the look of things. It does not look like it really can travel much further at the moment. But
Oh,
again,
yes.
I leave it up
Those
to the party.
Vishanti were good people.
Hmm.
I had fun with them last time.
Irina is like, yeah, it would be kind of nice to stop for a bit and enjoy some nice company.
Sure.
I agree.
He said it's about midday, mid-afternoon.
Yep. Sun's not
Well,
quite set yet, but it is definitely late afternoon at this point.
Well, my vote's for going there.
It's probably safer to stay in a larger group through the night anyway.
I
agree.
guess.
Do we see
Yes.
that? Do we see I forget what her name is, the crone from the
Madam
beginning?
Eva.
Madam Eva.
With all the tents, they all seem to look the same, but at a glance, you don't seem to see her in the presence at
Her magnificent wagon is present.
all. There are wagons present, but again, most of the Basanti all use the same type of wagon for the most part. So, in terms of signs, if you would have to walk into the camp, but at this time being, you don't seem to see a Madam Eva sign as you did before.
All right. Yep. So I guess we'll just pull in our wagon. We'll find a place to park.
Yep. You do pull alongside the tree lines. You guys have this map actually. It's the same type of encampment as you had saw before previously. If you need me to pull it up, I can. But
Yes, please.
just know the only thing that's missing is the tent that Matt and Eva had once stayed in is no longer within that vicinity. It is strictly
Oh.
just the wagons as well as the tents, minus Madame Eva's. Find the tent. Where is it? So there you go.
All right.
And that might also help you guys in which terms of location you guys are currently at, by the way. So you kind of walk in a little bit, and first they're kind of like, what is these strangers doing around our camp? And they're a little suspicious. But then they recognize Jumbo, and they get a little excited. And they're like, hey, this is the big man from before who danced with us. Hey!
Oh, hey, hi.
Ah, the dancing king is returned. Yeah, come, sit, have drink, eat.
Okay. See, I
Yeah.
like these guys.
Yeah,
They're
they
nice.
welcome you with open arms. They're so excited to see you. It's, hey, Jumbo, hey, just jumbled everyone.
He's finally found his people.
Yep. They sit in their merry and they share drink with Jumbo and food and with the rest of the party. Irina sits down on a log next to some of the Basanti and they conversate and chat with you guys and generally just pretty merry for the most part. They seem to be having just a general decent time right now, just enjoying the weather, what weather there is, and having some drink and food. So
Well, I rolled a 0 on performance, so my dancing is suspect.
oh, well, they're laughing now. They're just cracking up like, the kidder. Oh, Jumbo. And some of the Basanti girls lift you up and they hold your arms, they dance with you and stuff, and they're swaying back and forth and clapping and things. And some other Bashanti, some of the men that are on the fire have been drinking for quite a bit. There's what is the Frankie girl? The with the fur hat? What happened to her?
She's fallen ill, sadly.
Oh, it is a shame. It does happen though. This area, the Barovians are not well known for having sanitary areas, I guess, to say the least. It's spotty at best. But here, have no worries. We, the Basanti, take very much care of beasts as well as our drink. You can't really, go wrong with a bit of wine, huh? They sit back on their bottle as they try and pass it around.
Marilyn
Oh.
slides off into the shadows.
Well, Jumble's shouting something happily in Orcish, but he's still just dancing along and drinking. So,
Oh yeah, they're all having a great time. So one of the more elder of the Basanti that is sitting next to you guys on these logs along the fire kind of leans a little bit towards you. He's like, so what did Madame Eva say to you? Did she give you guys a good fortune? No?
I don't know if it's
Indeterminate.
necessarily good or not.
Yeah.
Yes. Sometimes her methods can be a bit, how you say, mysterious. It is hard to determine what she means. I see you have picked up new companions, at least. Irina and Ismark, I recognize them. They are well known throughout the area. A bit of rebellious fighters, if you know what I mean. We Basanti, we try to stay out of the trouble, but we have no problem having you all here for the night and staying in our company. That is no worries, my friends. You are safe among us. We will take care of you for the time being. Now, is there anything that we can do for you besides provide rest and a bit of shelter for the evening?
Do you know anything about a scarecrow in a snow-covered area?
Scarecrow in snow. Let me think. We traveled Barovia quite a bit. Scarecrow in snow. Interesting phrase, to say the least. I can say, though, that with the scarecrow in the snow, I would say it sounds kind of like a certain area within Saint Markovia. I do recall there being an area dusted by snow due to the being so close to the mountain. Whether or not there is a scarecrow there, I cannot say, but that does seem like a place that would seem similar in a sense. I have not seen much snow outside of that area, so I would definitely say the Abbey of St. Markovia would be a place to check for that, my friend.
Well, thanks for your insight. That was very helpful.
Yeah, no problem. And anything. You have been good people, and Jumbo is a wonderful entertainment, to say the least. And he takes a big swig of wine again.
Do you know anything about those the hanging bodies back by that abandoned fortress?
Hanging bodies.
Yeah, they were
That is
all.
not uncommon, my friend. You will see those all around the.
Is there any meaning behind the fact that they are all dressed similarly to myself and my companions?
Mm. If that is the case, I must say you should be very careful. Most times when things like that happen, it is because someone has gotten on the bad side of Strahd. The Baron does not take kindly to not getting what he wants, and at times he is known to let those in his path know that he is out for vengeance and he seeks that. By doing so in these hangings on the gallows that you have seen before you, it is his way of telling the people who they should be looking for and what may happen should they cross their path. It is not a good sign, to say the least. And if this has happened to you, my suggestion is that you try to stay as hidden as possible.
Perhaps we should find a change of clothing.
That's what I was
Hmm.
thinking.
Well, then, you're in luck, my friends. We have plenty of Asante clothing to go around. You look fashionable in our wear. And should I say that you will not be bothered should they believe you to be one of us. We are free to roam this country as we see fit, for we are free spirited and neutral, to say the least, for the most part. Some of our brethren, though, I must say, they do tend to favor Strahd, so I would still be careful.
We should have did that in the beginning.
Mm,
It
I
made
take it.
the road here a lot easier.
Indeed. I will say, though, you guys have traveled quite a bit, and I am very surprised that you have not been hindered so far. You have not run into any troubles along the road. You seem to have traveled back and forth within a few days' time without much of a problem. At least for where I'm not seeing a lot of scratches.
At least no troubles that we couldn't handle.
Hmm. You do seem to
True.
be a very formidable bunch, I will say the least. Not to mention the Vandaloft over here. Her people are known to be quite spirited, to say the least.
Aw, shucks.
That also being said, I would be careful for them as well, for not only are Strahd's people looking, but so is your family.
Oh,
Oh,
I see.
really?
Yes, you do not know?
Mm,
It never came up.
no, it did not come up,
I
apparently.
kind of sit down after dancing some more. What are we talking about?
Oh, yeah, the Vandalofts themselves, they are quite a curious bunch indeed.
Yes, we seem to be missing some important plot points.
Well, then allow
Please,
me
do tell.
to fill you in.
Oh,
Uh,
good.
Please do.
The Vanderlaff line is quite an intriguing thing themselves, mainly known for being mages and witches for the most part. They serve a power, and in doing so, uh, in exchange, their life, they are granted wonderful powers. But the problem is, in doing so, their lifespan is shortened. So, that being the case, they tend to have children at a similarly youngish age, and then when they come to a certain point, they bestow upon their youth to their guide, their head, their whatever you may say, that runs the family, and in doing so, they are granted power in return. This one here, if you do not know, did not feel that way. He very strongly against it. When she decided to leave Barovia, we had helped her beforehand, more of my people. And in doing so, the Vanderlofts were quite upset, to say the least. It was like a power vacuum had happened, and they have kind of been very upset since then with us. Not
Sorry
everyday
about
happy
that.
people. No, it is
Rebel.
okay. We understand. It's but we would who would want their youth taking for power?
Right?
Yes, exactly. I mean, look at us. We are maybe a little older now, but we are having a good time. No, and he raises his wine and they raise up their glass too, still cheering and dancing around, having a good time. That being said, with that, they have kind of turned to Strahd and helps to maintain to regain their foothold, and mm, he so seeks the bride. And in return, is promised this girl that travels with you, this Marilyn Vanderloff. And I must say that they both have not fulfilled their ends of their partnership, so there is tension among families, and it is not good for the land. If you haven't noticed, Madam Eva is no longer with us. She has traveled a different realm now, more of our people, and as she does so, with this war beginning to build and escalate, we too shall leave within time. But so right now, we are just to live our best lives before we as well just take ourselves out of this land. So we will still travel here and there, but we will not stay much longer. But for the meantime, you are still welcome to join us and have a drink and have fun as we still travel this land and uh, be on our way with merriment and joy before we depart.
Oh,
So,
oh,
so
be ashamed to see you go. You're nice
Yeah,
people.
you too, my friend. You too. You are quite unlike anything we have ever seen, and yet you fill our hearts with joy and laughter as watching you make it, dancing, and it is always fun to see you, my friend. And pat you on the shoulders, like takes another swig before offering you some.
So-
Hey.
so let me make sure I heard this correctly.
Hmm.
Oh, we're gonna dwell on this.
Oh,
Marilyn
yes.
was promised to Strahd as a wife.
Nope.
No, my friend.
Okay.
No.
No.
Hell no.
It is not. Strahd doesn't exactly is giving a wife. I'm sure he has many himself. No. There's a particular woman that interests. Not many know of her. It is this woman that he wants. It reminds him of his late wife, before she had passed. Almost like a reincarnation in a sense. It's not one to say, but I will say that he has done nothing but search the land for her. And I'm pretty sure that he has found her at least once.
And this woman happens to be Irina, or is it a mystery?
Well, her body wasn't
I-
hanging up.
I cannot say her name per se. No one really knows other than the Lord himself and those close to him. And unfortunately, us Vasanti, we are not too aware of such things as it's not spoken highly. But if this woman perhaps is in your party and you did not see her hanging among those gallows, I would probably say that that is the wife in which he seeks. And if that is the case, you are in grave danger, more than I can possibly say.
You
First-
and Strahd have something in common. Look at that.
I would actually say you and Irina have a lot in common. Both of you are very highly sought after by your families. And with Strahd, he is a destructive force of nature and he will stop nothing to. So I advise you, my friends, that you travel very, very soft and
Strahd,
that you do not stick out.
Strahd is also looking for Marilyn.
Yes, I guess he is looking for her as well, but not for the same reason.
Okay.
It is, as I say, this union of both the Vanderloft and Strahd as they try to both help each other in a sense. The Vanderlofts want back their daughter to complete some type of bargaining they have with their head mage person, and Strahd wants his bride. So they have formed a union in a sense to try to meet each other's needs.
Okay. I think I'm grasping it now.
Yeah, well, it is good. If not, I suggest you take a sip of wine to help, eh? A drink
Yeah,
always seems to help me. And takes another big sip.
I'll because it's reaching nighttime, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
At this point in time, you guys have been sitting around, you've been talking, you've been chatting, you've kind of just had a good time. Jumble's dancing, not as well as he did before, but they still love him. And
That's-
stories are being told back and forth, kind of to explain what's going on in a sense. And you guys have been chatting for some time now, so
I suppose I'll retire from the conversation and go ask Irina if she would, like to forget all the evils that have been happening, and perhaps at least for one night, and ask her to go out to dance around this fire with Jumble and the rest of the Visanti.
oh, she's actually charmed by you saying this, and she's like, "Yes,
My lady.
I don't get to dance very much. Yes, this sounds like a wonderful time. I would love to dance."
Aw. That's
And I
adorable.
very nervously drink my wine and
All right, roll performance then. If
I'll go out there.
Are you going to dance with her?
Yeah, I'm gonna go out and dance with her and dance with Jumble and have a grand old time.
Okay.
What a performance you said?
Yep.
You might have to use this inspiration. Oh god.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Don't ruin it, Zildred. No.
Oh, you're dancing awkwardly. She's
know.
actually taking pity on you.
2 nat ones. Are you kidding me?
It is
Mm.
bad. Like you actually stepped on your own feet at some points and stumbled. Like she almost thinks you've been drinking too much, and she's like, "If you want, you can sit out. It's okay."
I'm sorry. I'm incredibly nervous.
Don't be. You're fine. You're quite remarkable, I must say. But you relax. You're trying too hard. It's okay. I will just dance you. It's okay.
I kind of looked to the side like Zildred. Get me down.
Yeah. Yeah, Irina sits you down, whatever. Ismark kind of
Yeah.
laughs at you. Is like, "Oh, I would say you tried your best. You're not bad, but I would stick to just fighting, okay?"
I take a mental note to have Jumble give me dancing lessons in the future.
Yeah.
Oh.
With that
Well, what
being
the hell?
said-
I'll do a quick roll to see. Oh, wow. Nat 20. Okay. So yeah, he's Jumble's a
even-
dancing machine again.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
even further
you're
embarrassed.
dancing around. They're all clapping now. They're all excited. Like, yeah, look at them go, dancing Jumbo! Yay, dance! Irina's dancing with you, and you guys are spinning around and stuff and having a great time. And your feet are just you're like walking on air basically. They're just so impressed with your dance. But as it gets later in the night, they begin to start to like, all right, well, maybe time to go to bed. I think we've had enough fun for the night. Again, your party is welcome to stay. We have lodgings for you all. The women, the men. Please take your time to rest. You are safe here. We have left you all each with some clothing within your tents. That way you may change for tomorrow as you travel as one of us. It'll be a good time, I promise. And again, the current leader of the Visanti takes a big swig of his jug and empty now as he kind of tosses it to the ground like, all right, good night. And he stumbles into his tent.
Hell
All right.
yeah.
Well, I go get my change of clothes from the tent and then let everyone know. I'll just go to the wagon and keep an eye on our sleeping guest.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Oh yeah, the hag. I forgot she was here.
Yeah, the heck.
Roll investigation when you get to the wagon.
Oh no!
Oh boy.
Oh no.
I should have manacled her feet.
12.
Yeah, even so, like you get to the wagon and get ready to change and call it a night, and you notice that the hag is no longer there. And the weird thing is, the rope and stuff is like cut, but not like a normal cut. It's as if she literally shifted from where she was to a different plane.
She didn't destroy my manacles.
What?
No.
Okay, I put it back in my bag. Damn it!
Oh no, the manacles are gone.
Shit.
She didn't get herself out. She literally just cast a spell
Oh,
to
yeah.
change into a different plane.
Instant transmission.
Basically, yes.
Well, it was definitely more than an hour since I cast that hunter's mark back in town, hasn't it?
Mm-hmm. And even
Okay,
so,
yeah.
she literally went to a completely different reality.
Those are some
Hmm.
potent pies. They literally send you to other dimensions.
Not so
Well,
much. This hag's ability lets you do that.
with some
really should do that while
frustration,
we're
I
fighting.
explained to everyone that the hag slipped away.
Slipped away. Wow.
Great.
Thought you had her
So
bound tight,
now,
Sildren.
so if she went to her sister's, they probably know we're coming.
Shit.
Well, I don't really need to sleep. I could take watch. Oh, Battlecat assist me.
I
I'll,
don't sleep either. I wait.
I'm going to sleep.
Yeah, I'm gonna go wait with my eyes closed.
I'm human. I need it. Beauty rest.
I can actually meditate for like 4 hours. It's like a full night's rest for me.
Are
Just sit there
you're
and
an
meditate.
elf?
Yeah. Dark
He's a
elf.
drow.
Yep.
All right. Well, you guys take your rest. Whatever. Either way, make sure you guys have your health back up. Everything else has gone up, so on and so forth.
Yay.
Yay. Anyway, you wake in the morning, the Vicenter also waking up next to you and like, hey. They've fed your horse. They've taken care of it this morning as you guys get up. They've kind of given you guys some a bit of food, some simple like peppers, things like that type of thing. So like it's a basket of food. They've also put in the back of the wagon for you guys to travel with bread, a couple of bottles of wine, things of that nature.
And our new Vishanti duds.
Yes. So you guys have it's a standard cloth. It's not leather, anything like that. So with that, you will have to worry about your AC, but it is a change of clothes. You do look like the Vasanti now. So when you travel, for the most part, certain things that happen, like if you already be checked by the gate or things like that, as you go through, if there are any type of guards around, they will believe you to be Vishante, and generally they should leave you alone
Okay.
for the most part.
Anybody got any hair dye? Might help me a little.
Oh,
You
yeah,
could
got
also tie it with like a head wrap
turban.
sort of thing.
Yeah.
That might work.
Some of the clothes you are considered turban-like, so you could wrap your hair up and stuff to hide it.
We'll have to do that. I don't want to hide my beautiful hair, but must be done.
All right. Yeah. So you make your disguise a little better now. You've hidden your hair, things like that. You guys are pretty well discreet. You look most part Vishante, besides possibly Jumbo, because unfortunately, as large as you are, with some of the markings and different skin tones on your body, it's very hard to discern yourself as a Vishante with your large manner. But for the most part, no one is going to question it unless you guys make a scene or do anything out of the ordinary, in which case would cause them to be alert. So with that, the head Vishante goes, guys, well then, I believe this is where we part ways. If there is anything else you would like to know before we make our way out, please do so now. We may meet you again later down the road, but in terms of when, I cannot say, for we are not staying much longer, my friends.
I think
Jumble hardly grabs his hand and mutters something appreciative in Orcish.
A strange fellow, but I still love this man. And he shakes back wholeheartely, all excited. I will miss you, my friend, but I know you are going. Strange noise is back. All right. So, anyone else have anything they ask before you guys head out?
No, I'm good. Still kind of embarrassed about my performance the night before, but
I get the
Iron
feeling his
chuckles,
solution
just
would
no
be
worries.
wine.
Yes. And if you want better moves, my friend, you just need a couple of drinks. He does a couple of shakes. So, but anyway, I wish you guys much luck on your journey. Hope you're able to find yourself some safe haven for your friend there, Irina, and that you may seek what you, or you may find what you seek. Sorry, I'm a little hungover from last night. Too much, yeah. Sorry, but yes, I wish you the best of luck. I I pray that you find what you seek and have a little fun along the way, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Well then, I bid you adieu and farewell, my friends. And he goes back as his
Bye.
men. Yeah. Bye, Jumbo. Bye. And he goes back to his tent. He grabs another jar of wine, takes a big sip out of it as he begins to take down the tents as they ready to depart along the road wherever they may go. As Mark once again hops into the front of the wagon, grabbing the reins, asking if everyone is prepared to take off and depart.
Yep.
Yep. Ready.
Okay.
Yep.
He snaps the reins once again as you guys move alongside, heading northwest up the road. And with that, we are actually going to stop here for today. It's almost 9 o'clock now.
Whew,
You right?
Mm-hmm.
that went by pretty quick.
Oh yeah,
I did actually.
a lot of conversation and a lot of learning.
Yes, indeed.
We now know a little more of Marilyn's backstory as to what's going on for the most part. We're kind of aware of Irina's situation with Strahd, and we've learned that Zildred can't dance for squat, unfortunately.
And somehow Jumble can.
And Jumbo, yeah, he is the master of the tango. No
You
one
gotta
knew.
compete with Strahd, Sildred. I'm sure he's a hell of a dancer.
That son of a bitch.
Yeah, Zildred's kind of found his competition for Irina's hand now, so. But yeah, you guys are gonna keep traveling. You're making way up. You also learned about the dream pies that are being currently handed out in pastries among the town as well, and you've seen firsthand now their effects as well. And you've also tussled with one of the sisters that makes these pies. So, and you're still not
bone
quite
grinder.
aware of how the pies are made. You definitely know that children are now involved.
Yeah, we got a pretty good idea, I think, as to how they're made.
Mm-hmm.
And the bone
also-
grinder
Hmm.
bakery.
Yeah, the grinding bakery. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be so much fun. Also, on top of that, you also now know the location possibly of one of the items, which happens
yep.
to be a location you guys are heading towards right now.
Yep. St. Markovia.
Just
Now-
see the scarecrow in the snow.
I'm gonna send out. I actually have written down some of the location stuff. I have to remove a couple of things. I put notes for myself to remember. But I will hand it to you guys. I had done this beforehand, but I actually will put the piece of notepad paper that has everything written down verbatim what Madam Eva said.
Ah.
Okay.
So that way no one has to go, I don't know, scarecrow, snow, ravens. What does it mean?
Things, I don't know.
But yes, I will put it in this Discord chat so that way you guys are aware that it is there.
Appreciate
Thank
you.
Mm-hmm. Jumble, get a point of inspiration for your dance. I'll give that to you. Zildred, I'll also give you a point of inspiration for trying and your
Trying.
interest currently. The magic item or the item that you were trying to improve, Josh. Give yourself. What do you have for materials before we end?
Not much. I didn't write it down.
All of the required materials.
Well, most of the materials Jumble has, so he's picked up pretty much everything along the way.
Well,
I have a little bit of gold.
how much gold do you have?
I think I have 35 written down here.
Okay. If you're willing to pass off 30 gold, I'll allow you to add a +2 as a modifier to your weapon.
Oh, wow.
Done deal.
+2
Didn't even
attack,
have to think.
+2 or +2 both.
Plus to hit.
I'm fine with that. Could really use
You
that.
need it.
Yeah. So it'll be a +2 to hit from now on that weapon.
All right. Thank you, Sir
Mhm.
Lord DM.
I'm just gonna say, because we didn't quite understand how it works, but from now on we know that most of the time you no longer can improve a weapon, but you kind of find a magical item when you try to improve it instead. As
Okay.
weirdly odd as that sounds, but that's typically it. You can enhance weapons, as we found out for the artificer, but trying to like make it a +2, +3, +4 is commonly not done. But in this setting, with you being a blacksmith and using that gold to buy materials, I will say to improve the gun, I will say he was able to actually give you materials that you were allowed to craft and better or enhance your weapon to the point where now you can kind of see better with it. Like you have a better lock on, things like that. Like
Go
you're
little
able to
scope.
kind of get the scope and sight, like you kind of down to a science. So
Yay, science! All right.
yay, science! But with that,
the science guy.
we're going to end right there. And in terms of your location, if you guys are wondering where you're currently at, if you know where the test pool encampment is on the map, you are just slightly above that as you make your way to yet another bridge. And that is where we're going to stop for the evening.
All right.
So if you can see the map of Barovia, you are near H currently.
Okay, just east of Sur Falls.
You're actually just south of it. If you follow the little path by where the G is, by the Tesser Pool, that is actually where the camp was along that, and you drove along that, and you're coming out of there, and you're gonna start heading north shortly. So you're right before that bridge by Tesser Falls to the south.
Okay.
And then from there we'll continue on. And as you can see from the map, you guys know the location S on that map for Barovia is the location for the area in
Abbey?
which you guys are currently headed. Yes, to the Abbey. There's plenty of stops along the way. I cannot guarantee anyone's safety. And maybe with you staying overnight in that camp, maybe Frankie has time to catch up now on her horse.
Wait for me.
Yeah. But that is a tale for another time. We may actually find out whether or not maybe Frankie ran into some things along the way. There may have been some things that she hasn't seen yet. And we still have some other items that we have not discussed yet either, because we also know, Jumble, in case you don't forgotten, the person who helped make you into the person you are today is also within the lands of Barovia. And we have not yet ran into your creator, so that is another tale as well we're going to expand upon.
One day we did leave for Frankie was a whole trail of now eyeless vampires.
That is true.
Yay.
I don't know if they're eyeless, but they definitely were blinded for that time being. So they're going to be
Have
running
you
around.
seen? We haven't seen anything.
Nope.
We didn't get her any clothes.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Oh.
And yeah, so she's going to see some vampires with gouges upon their eyes, and their head might have been caved in a little bit. So
Oh.
yeah. I don't know what would I want. My
You'll know
favorite
which way
color
to
is
go.
orange. Do you have any qualms? Don't worry about him. Something happened that we don't want to discuss. Who
JR
knows?
had a good question, actually. Was there a Frankie body on those gallows? Did you mention that, or?
Yes.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you did, but...
Everyone but Irina was up in that gallows dressed.
Including Ismark.
Yep.
Okay.
Ismark was
Right.
mentioned. The only one not mentioned in the party currently is Irina.
What about the horse? Was the horse up there?
No.
I'm messing.
Hanging out with
am-
Battle Cat.
Yeah, no Battle Cat either. So Battle Cat's also in the clear.
Maybe Strahd wants to marry Battle Cat.
Could
That
be.
could be. We're not. The Vasanti did not know whether or not who was to be the bride of Strahd. All he,
But Battlecat's a power top. I don't know if we could handle that.
yeah, that is true. Hey, he might need Battlecat's wisdom. There might be some stuff going on in his life where Battlecat's like, no, don't do that.
No.
No. You don't need
No,
to start a
no.
war with them. It's okay. Just chill out. Breathe, guy. You're cool.
Take a deep
Eat some
breath.
pie.
Eat some pie. Yes.
Damn, we should have took pie.
Yeah,
We
take
could
some
have took
pie.
out Strahd.
I don't
40
know
pies to the face.
if throwing a dream pastry in his mouth would have stopped him, but who knows?
Might have dulled him a little bit.
Oh yeah, doped him up a little bit. Why not?
I am Strahd von. Oh man, my hands are huge. Whoa.
You ever notice how colorful this castle is? Oh, it's beautiful.
All the grays.
I feel like I can fly.
Yeah. Fly with me. Come, fly with me. Let's go. Let's dance on the ceiling. Oh goodness.
But he can't dance on the ceiling.
No. Who knows? He could.
Legendary feat.
Yeah, fuckers trying to one up me. Have to learn how to dance on the ceiling.
Hey.
Oh, what a feeling. Because we're dancing on the ceiling.
Yeah, that's Strahd's song.
Going to a big imposing castle, dancing on the ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
We have to commission Vinny to make a new song. Damn.
Yep. We need a dancing on the ceiling redone in terms of vampire. Some type of renaissance, if you could, please. Oh goodness. All right, well, guys, with that, that's our episode for today. Thank you all for joining us who were here. We will see you guys in a couple of weeks. We're on the way. We got Crash Pandas coming up soon too. Part 2. It's gonna be exciting. Very pumped. Thank you again for joining us, Rude, RJ, Jayla, for being on camera. We know you don't like it, but we appreciate it. As well as our tech guy, Josh, and all the wonderful videos and stuff that he does. So give us a like, subscribe, check us out. Check out our TikToks as well, as they're coming out the pages left and right, because Josh is a madman. Yeah, so we got more on the way. Very excited to keep going with Strahd, and we will see you next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye. That's scary.